Show.
Hashtag Sports Show. Hashtag Sports Show. This is the hashtag Sports Show song with G and Mike.
Hello.
Welcome to the hashtag Sports Show. I am GW Grouse the Heartthrob. He is
Mike Trainer, MFT at Twitter.com. Get at me. There it is. Good job.
How did we do last week with our picks, Mike?
Well, we started off pretty good. Had a lot of key wins, but then we lost our last 5 games in a row.
Look at the camera, Mike.
And one of them was, well, I'm looking at the thing. One of them. Drink quick, drink. Now we're ready. One of them happened to be the Giants, but, like I said, I wanted the Giants in the pick, plus 5.5, but I take them every week, so it don't really matter.
That was stupid.
That was one of the games we'll get into. But we started off doing pretty well. I won money in my bets this week, a couple parlays. I think we all did pretty good. You called the Green Bay game. That happened. Probably should have just bet that one game. Saved ourselves trouble.
We did say the Bills and the Browns were locks.
Right.
We did say the Bills and the Browns were locks, and the Bills
and the
were
Jets.
the Bills. Yeah, that's what I meant. The Jets game.
Yeah.
When I said the Browns. The Bills were in complete control of that game. Really liked the way Buffalo looked. I keep telling everybody, when it doesn't matter who's their quarterback, as long as the quarterback doesn't turn over the ball, they have a lot of weapons on offense. With Percy Harvin, Sammy Watkins, LaShawn McCoy was barely used.
Yeah, I know.
But I really like what they have going on, and their defense is solid. And credit to Andrew Luck, who looked like a strong safety after he threw the interception. He dove in there. Look, that was amazing tackle by Andrew Luck.
I've never seen any quarterback do that.
And it doesn't get easier for Andrew Luck. He plays the Jets this week, so I think that's going to be a tough one. We'll get into that. But Buffalo, how impressed were you with Buffalo? I think they're legit. I think they're legit.
It's that defense. If they didn't give up a couple meaningless touchdowns towards the end of the ball game or whatever,
Been a complete blowout.
it would have been they would have
dominated. If someone just looked at the box score, they're like, "Oh, it must have been a pretty good game." No, Buffalo was in complete control of the game from start to finish.
Dominated that team.
So it was really impressive.
They play New England coming up next. We'll get into that, and I think you're going to disagree with me who I'm taking in that game.
Because you're stupid.
But we'll get there. We'll get there. And the Seattle-St. Louis game. We picked Seattle, but we were like, the Rams always play tough in there. We should have.
We wanted to take the Rams,
but we took Seattle.
You talked me out of the Rams, I think.
I probably did. We have to check the video last week.
Yeah, because
I actually watched the show and I'll check it out.
You'd be the only person who watched the show last week, so that's good. And because nobody watched the show last week, we have no giveaways this week. Nobody tweeted at us or contacted us through the email, which is #sportshow1@gmail.com, which no one cares. But
we'll get our parents to.
I'll get my mommy. I'll make my mommy a T-shirt.
Daddies will get a T-shirt.
We didn't even give the guy who won the shirt his shirt yet, and we were with him all day Sunday. So whatever. It was his birthday last week too. So
his birthday last week?
I don't know. Stupid.
He's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go into that. Let's go into the Cowboys-Giants game on Sunday Night Football. I actually didn't watch the first half of the game. I was watching Fear the Walking Dead because sometimes I'm just footballed out. After Saturday watching football all day and Sunday watching football all day, I kind of don't watch Sunday Night Football unless the Bears are on. But I told myself after Fear the Walking Dead, I'll watch the second half of the game, and I was surprised to see the Giants were winning the game, but in a very weird fashion when you look at the box score because they weren't doing anything offensively.
They look good. They look good. Their defense, they were making plays. They were turning. They got a couple turnovers. That's when Spags is back. He always gets the turnovers now. We were doing good things, but they kept settling for field goals. You can't.
How'd your offense look? How'd your offense look?
All right, let me get into this. Odell Beckham, right? He's probably one of the best wide receivers in the game.
Oh, he was one last year.
Right. Well, whatever. We disagree with this, but it looked like Eli wasn't even looking in his direction. I understand they had a safety creeping up and they were guarding him. I'm like, listen, they were without Scandrick. I don't know who was trying to guard Odell Beckham, but when you looked at the tape, he was open numerous times. He kept throwing the ball to freaking Preston Parker. I mean, who the hell is that? Every time a ball went to Preston Parker, he dropped it. Every time.
In Preston Parker's defense, I think he was just surprised Eli got him the ball because Eli looked like shit that entire game. He overthrew a lot of it. He almost got Odell Beckham killed on a short out pattern. He kind of hung it out there for Odell Beckham tried to catch it with one hand.
He got knocked out the game for a brief minute.
I'm telling you, Eli's going to get that boy killed.
I mean, listen.
Eli's going to get that boy killed. Odell Beckham Jr., he got hit a couple of times in that game. He's not a big guy. He's not a big guy. Eli's making him jump all over the place. And on top of that, Odell Beckham Jr. talks the talk all the time.
Yeah, he does.
So he's got a target on him. I'm scared for Odell Beckham Jr. either for a safety headhunting him or Eli Manning
They should've
leaving
went-
him out to dry.
Regardless, they should have won the ball to him a lot more than what they
Let
did.
me tell you what the Giants did wrong. I
So
think
it was just stupid.
they should have kept on running the ball with Rashard Jennings. He looked like the only workable part of that offense that was consistent.
Yeah, he
and
had a good game.
They opened up the second half with Andre Williams, which I did not understand. Andre
Yeah.
Williams kind of just falls forward for 2 yards. I don't know what happened to Andre Williams from Boston College to NFL. He's just not the same guy. He's
I don't know if
pretty
it was-
expendable.
It might have been that almost fumble that Rashard Jennings did, but he got it back because his elbow was down. I don't know if maybe that's why he started.
I really thought he had a good game, Rashard Jennings. I thought they should have kept feeding Rashard Jennings the ball.
I think it did too. I think their cornerbacks played really well against Dez and the other guy. Until like
The other guy.
Yeah,
Terrence Williams?
Terrence Williams. Until the other, until like the fourth quarter when that whole fiasco happened, when they just let Romo drive down, throwing those little dump offs to Lance Dunbar, and then of course Witten is the guy. I'm yelling at the TV during the game. I'm like, cover Witten. He's the guy that's going to get the ball.
I think the only guys they threw the ball to were Witten, Dunbar, and that one out route to Street.
Like, how can you not guard him?
And he kills the Giants every year.
He kills it every
Year.
game,
He's like
every
85
season.
years old and still kills the Giants. Well, the $1,000,000 question is, though,
Yeah.
what would you have done if you were Coughlin, McAdoo, Eli? It's third down. I mean, I'm pretty much with the majority. If you're that close with that little time left, you just run the ball both times. If you don't get it, you force them to drive. I don't get it.
I would have ran the ball 3 straight times trying to score a touchdown.
Mhm.
Okay? I seen the timeouts. They had a couple timeouts. It wasn't even close. Eli's defense, they had a penalty that they called after Dallas took a timeout, so he thought the timeout was
That was
already
weird.
taken. It was
That was
silly.
weird.
But listen, I play Madden online, right? I play that video game all the time. So I know how many timeouts a team has. If it's under a minute, I'm running the ball, and these guys are yelling at me through the headphones like, oh, you're going to win like that? And then they finally just give up and,
He's that
cut
guy.
the game
He's
off.
that guy
But
who
I know what I'm
will
doing.
run the clock out in a video game. He's that guy.
And I'm playing like these little 12-year-old kids that are yelling at me through their headphones. I'm like, listen, I'm a grown-up. I know how to run the clock well. I know how to win this game, and I'm leaving here with a W. I don't know why Coughlin and those other clowns, Eli, didn't even think about this. Do they not play Madden?
They're not playing 12-year-olds.
They played professional football. You gotta know this. Stupid.
Regardless of what happened at the end of the game, I tell everybody Tony Romo's the top 3 quarterback in the league. I've been saying that for years. And he did it without Des Bryant.
Without this,
And he did it twice without Des Bryant. And I keep saying this about Tony Romo. People always say, oh, he stinks. He made Miles Davis rich.
Mhm.
Miles Austin. Sorry,
Miles
Miles
Austin.
Davis. I am misnaming Miles Davis.
Dude, why are you
That's
coming up
not-
with that?
Now
Have
I'm
you
even
been
mentioning football players.
Have you been listening to that dude's album or that
No,
girl's
I'm
album?
not. But Miles
know what
Austin,
that
he made it into a Pro Bowler. Look, remember Laurent Robinson? He was on the Rams forever. People waiting for him to do something. He never did anything. Comes
Yeah,
on the
right.
Cowboys, has a great season with Tony. Tony Romo can make wide receivers. Terrence Williams, he might be a beast in these months to come.
Mhm.
He might be. I don't think he's that great. He might be. I think Cole Beasley's gonna pick up a lot of the slack in that slot. Whoever it is, and I heard they're actually going. They're interested in Akeem Nicks right now,
Yeah, I've
which
seen
would be
that
interesting.
too.
Which is crazy because Akeem Nicks hasn't been picked up by anybody. In his last 2 stops, he kind of played like garbage.
Yeah, it just seems like
So-
he's really slowed down.
Yeah, he
He
just
don't have
doesn't
that
care
speed
anymore. He doesn't
Yeah,
care
he
anymore.
don't care
He
anymore.
was nasty in UNC though.
But listen, Dallas was up. Giants were up 10. With like 5 minutes left to go in the game, and then all of a sudden Romo drove down quick, like in a minute,
Mhm.
right? So now the Giants are back up 3, but they got the ball. They got a couple penalties. They're about to score, whatever they know. But how did they not just get the 10-point lead, knowing that Romo's going to come down the field and score again? Even when instead of on 4th down and they kicked the field goal to go up 6, I think that was stupid. They should have might as well went for it on 4th down
Exactly.
for a touchdown. Let them drive the 99 yards or the at
With
least
no timeout.
60 yards to try to hit a game-winning field goal. Why not? It
Because your
just
team
makes
is
no sense.
stupid.
It seemed like I don't know what happened. Yeah, they portrayed like idiots. Like I said, like when you put that tweet out asking like who's to blame, I'm like they're all morons. They just all of them are just.
I mean, not for nothing. Tom Coughlin, I always kind of question his in-game decisions in close games. He always kind of, I don't know, it's always weird. And with McAdoo, I didn't understand it. With Eli, I don't understand why he was calling hike with 12 seconds left on the game clock.
Right.
And on top of that, Eli's supposed to be one of those next level quarterbacks. He's been in the league for a while. He should know he needs to take the sack. He should know. I just don't understand. I think this caught a brain fart in the middle of that whole series when he blew it. I mean,
But if he's
good for the Cowboys though. I hate the Giants.
but like even Rashard Jennings, like why aren't they asking questions? Like why should I not score? Eli.
I would have
What do you
scored
mean?
if I was Rashard Jennings.
It was like the Super Bowl over again when Bradshaw got the ball and then don't score, and then he just falls in the end zone. It worked out then. He should have just fell in the end zone again.
And from one Manning to another, what do you think of Peyton Manning? I think Peyton Manning looked just as good as he looked at the end of last year,
Yeah.
which isn't good.
he's
And let me say, I keep saying this: the Baltimore Ravens should have got a pass interference call at the end of that game.
Oh, dude.
I don't understand.
How you not call
I don't understand how Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was. I think I actually like the way Joe Flacco played. He was under pressure. He's a tough guy. You know, I don't think he's a great quarterback, but he's a tough guy. He stood in the pocket the whole time. Joe Flacco delivers a pass to the end zone to his tight end, and had the ball in his hands for a second. Yeah, he had it for a second, and then it gets ripped out. But
the guy was all over him.
But I don't get it though, because he was being covered and got shoved backwards, and the guy didn't look once. But that's because the league loves Peyton Manning.
It's in Denver.
The league loves Peyton. I think Baltimore should have had a
It's a
chance
home field
at first and goal to punch it in, and I think that would have been the game. I actually lost that one because I picked Baltimore at +5 or whatever, but I think Baltimore could have won that game and should have won that game, honestly.
Flacco threw that pick to lead. That's how Denver won.
Yeah, that's what happened. That pick six.
That was it.
That pick six cost them the game. I mean,
nobody was scoring.
Because Denver was just kicking. You know, they were just kicking field goals.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a long year for Denver, and let me tell you, UMB said it, Ronnie Hillman's going to take that job from C.J. Anderson by week 3 or week 4. There's no way C.J. Anderson keeps that job. Ronnie Hillman's too fast. He's too versatile. And I think he's a good fit with Peyton. I think him and Peyton are on the same page. C.J. Anderson, I think, was one of those guys who's a flash in the pan, young guy. I just don't like it. I just don't like C.J. Anderson. That offense is going to be something to watch this week.
He reaped the benefits last year of Peyton's play-action passing.
Exactly.
But people are idiots in fantasy. They took C.J. Anderson like the 5th pick. I'm like, you morons.
Hey, Rob.
He ain't doing anything.
Stupid.
You morons.
And I picked up Ronnie Hillman off like waivers.
Yeah, I see that. I would have took C.J. Anderson like in the 10th round.
Stupid.
Well, what about the Eagles? I understand they started off slow
Okay, shorty.
in the halftime. I'm going to get bigger somehow. But I'm like an adult now, so I think I'm just actually shrinking in
That's
real
you
life.
now. You're old now.
Sucks.
Yeah, it's Philadelphia Eagles.
Man. Eagles.
Let me tell you, if we see a lot more of the second half Eagles this year, they're going to be a tough out.
Yeah,
defensively and offensively.
Trouble.
You know,
I can see them playing Green Bay in the NFC.
Let me tell you, if Atlanta didn't have Julio Jones, they would have won.
They would have got murdered.
Julio Jones did not get covered by anybody. And Byron Maxwell was frustrated the whole time. They just couldn't cover Julio Jones. And credit to Matt Ryan, too, who was just in control on his offense the whole time through.
Yeah, he was.
You know, like, that Eagles defense was supposed to take a step up. Matt Ryan didn't look flustered at all. You know, but in the second half, it was a different story.
You know what I disagree with? In the first half, the announcers were all over how Atlanta's defense is playing so great. They weren't. Philly's timing was off.
Yeah, it was.
Bradshaw was throwing the ball. Bradford. I'm messing up names too. So Bradford is making. You know, he was just missing guys. The timing was a little off, and then all of a sudden, second.
And their running game was not together. Their blocking was all. It was bad. Their running game.
They used Sproles more, and he was getting big chunks of yards, and that was a good pickup in the Robley too.
I like that.
I was trying to get him, but I wanted Legarius Blount. I'm like, I might be.
Why do you fall in love with New England running backs?
Because
you never learn. You never learn.
No,
you never learn.
Belichick will screw me over and run some guy.
Belichick hates you.
Kmart.
He hates you actually.
But
yeah, you said they started using Sproles. Yeah,
off, and it was crazy. That team is just dangerous. Now they play Dallas. I think they're gonna kill Dallas.
I agree with you on that. So
that's our recap with the picks. Otherwise, I thought we did okay.
Yeah, thank you, Detroit, for totally sucking.
Detroit really.
Real quick though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Real quick though, teams like the Raiders and the Tampa Bay Bucks, I don't understand what you do in an entire offseason because you come back and look like the same trash you were last year. To both teams, the Bucks and the Raiders. You go through a draft, you go through free agency to get blown out on opening day, and they were both at home, right?
Yeah, they were both at home.
Embarrassed.
They should play.
The Bucks got embarrassed by Marcus Mariota and the Titans.
When everybody goes to the playoffs, those two teams should play like a losers bowl, like a little bracket, and just see who would win.
It's just bad.
Both those teams stink.
That's a bad squad.
And I would bet on it,
You would bet on anything.
I would probably bet they just,
You would bet on anything. All right, you want to go to this week's picks?
Yeah.
Let's go on to this week's picks. Win you guys some money again.
Press a little button here.
Kind of. I think you guys probably, if you guys bet about $100 a game, you're probably up $60. So you want money though.
We'll give you the lock of the week. We gave Green Bay as the lock of the week at Buffalo, so you should have listened to us. All right, the first game.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna both agree on this one after talking bad about Peyton. Kansas City -2.5 in Kansas City on Thursday night. Peyton, like 3 days off in between games. What do you think is going to happen in Kansas City?
That's the thing. Peyton with 3 days rest. They're going to try to run the ball against Kansas City. I'm not completely sold on Kansas City yet. I still think Kansas City is not as good as advertised, but
they're at home.
But at home against a Peyton Manning that is frustrated and is going to be tired. You know, I gotta and you gotta account for Jamal Charles in that game. I don't know. I'm all about Kansas City, but I think they win this one 23-20.
Right, it's going to be close because it's going to be their defense. Denver's defense is strong.
Yeah,
they're all over the place, so it's going to be a battle. Kansas City's defense is strong too. So yeah, I think you're right. It's going to come down to a wire, but
I think it comes down to a wire, but
Kansas City
I'll lean on Kansas City on that one.
If you have to bet because there's nothing else on Thursday, take Kansas City.
He'll bet.
I'll definitely bet that game.
You're gonna bet against Peyton? You never bet against Peyton.
I never, but after watching him the other day with his stupid little gloves, he can't throw anymore. Let's see. Cincinnati Bengals at home, -3.5 against San Diego. Remember a couple years ago in the playoffs, Cincinnati was favored by like 10 over San Diego, and Phillip Rivers went in there and just dominated.
I think he's gonna do it again. If Keenan Allen's gonna be the Keenan Allen we saw last week,
that was crazy.
Because not for nothing,
85 balls
in his rookie season.
Never done that.
His rookie season, he was amazing. Sophomore season, he had that sophomore slump. I think his confidence is back. I think Phillip Rivers has confidence in him. You know, Ladarius Green had a good day. He's a huge dude.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was that
I didn't know he was that massive of a human being. You know, I like to see a little bit more Melvin Gordon. But, yeah, I'm not in love with Cincinnati this year. I think they missed the playoffs this year, and I think San Diego has a better chance on the road in Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati played a crappy Oakland team. I mean, you know.
They really did.
They're going to have, like, a stronger
let me tell you, when Tyler Eifert can get you 32 fantasy points, you know it's a weird week.
They would dominate. Yeah, I would have to go with San Diego, too. Getting 3.5. I think that game's going to be close, too.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next game. Your Chicago Bears are getting 1.5 against Arizona. I think that's such a weird spread. Why is that?
That's why I love the Bears this week. I'm telling you, I like the Bears this week. The Bears are at home, 1-point underdog. Because generally you would think it would be Arizona as a road fair. Arizona, some people predicting to win the NFC West. The Bears are supposed to be a bottom 5, bottom 7 worst team in the league. Bears are at home. Bears played impressively against Green Bay. They didn't win, and they weren't in control at any point, but they were in the game the whole way through.
And went through the intel. That was it.
Which was that was a great catch by Clay Matthews.
Yeah, well,
he caught that like he was a wide receiver. He just with his hands went across. That was a great catch. But aside from that, though, like I think the Bears' offensive line looked good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Bears' secondary is an issue, and they're going against good wide receivers in Arizona. You know, so the Bears are just going to have to blitz, and make Carson Palmer uncomfortable, obviously. But I got the Bears in this one. I got another close game. I got the Bears in this one. Probably, let's do a weird score. 18-14.
18-5.
18-14 Chicago in a really weird game. I would never bet on this game, but if I had to.
Right, if I had to, I want to take Arizona, but it's just one of those games
it's a weird spread.
Why is that spread so weird? Everybody's going to jump on Arizona. And that's why I think the Bears
I think the Bears pull it off.
Maybe it just ends in a tie and screws everybody.
Better than a loss.
The next game, this is great. It's just a pick. It's in Cleveland. Tennessee, Mariota with a great performance last week, although he just threw like 6 passes. 4 of them was for touchdowns. But it's a pick in Cleveland. I mean,
6 passes.
Dude, he threw 6 passes. 4 of them for TDs. It's ridiculous.
I
don't know what the hell else they did on offense.
I'm all about Cleveland in this one.
Johnny
Manziel, and a more serious note, Cleveland has a good defense. Cleveland does have a good defense. Joe Hayden was embarrassed by Brandon Marshall last week. Brandon Marshall owned Joe Hayden, and I can't see Joe Hayden. Even though I love White, the wide receiver on Tennessee, I can't see Joe Hayden having a bad week 2 weeks in a row. He's one of the top 5 corners in the league. Very physical corner. Marcus Mariota will be sent back down to reality. The Browns are going to send the rush.
Was Joe Hayden the guy that got the balls ripped out of him?
No. That wouldn't have been Joe Hayden. That was the best play of the week last week.
You guys see that Marshall ripped the ball out of his hands? He took his balls. Literally, the man's
balls grabbed his balls.
He grabbed his balls and took them from him.
Ran with it.
After he stole it first from him.
Let me tell you.
From his friend, Fitzpatrick.
I like Cleveland, though, in this one. I think a lot of people going to jump on Mariota and Tennessee. They're going to jump on it because they're like, oh, this is what it is. He's going to have the Oregon offense again. And let me tell you something about Mariota. I think Tennessee played to his strengths, which is smart. but there was a lot of yards after the catch, just like in Oregon.
Oh,
It wasn't
Kevin
like
Wright.
Mariota was like, it wasn't like it wasn't like he was really doing much. He was just throwing them where they had to be on curl routes, out route. He wasn't terrible, but they stuck with the Oregon game plan. Eventually, he's gonna catch up to him. I think Cleveland wins this one by like 7.
Dude, he went against Tampa Bay's weekend.
And Tampa Bay. Let me tell you, Lovie Smith, just stop with the cover 2.
Yeah,
Just stop it.
It was just a weak ass defense. Now he faces Cleveland. They're going to be all over him. They're not going to be run the ball against him like they did last week. And that's going to make Mariota try to throw. He's not winning that game.
No, I like Cleveland.
Back
Sorry,
Cleveland.
Bishop Sankey, you're done.
Cleveland's a pick. Yeah, Bishop Sankey. Couldn't even pick you up. All right, next game. This is a little weird, too. Speaking of Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay's in New Orleans. New Orleans is favored by 10.5.
I like Tampa Bay just because New Orleans is not that good to be a 10-point favorite against anybody.
They don't got that good of a defense.
And Drew Brees, he still looks shaky from last year. There was a lot of dump passes. I think he threw, 22 passes to his running backs?
Yeah, he threw a lot of them.
You know, which is great for those fantasy backs if you have them, if you have Mark Ingram and whatnot.
Take the over in that game.
But I actually like Tampa Bay to cover. I think Tampa Bay's going to come out a little bit more fire. I think Jameis Winston a little more calm down after he saw the NFL speed come at him. I think he's going to calm down. Mike Evans should be in this game. I think that makes a difference.
Yeah, if he plays.
I like Tampa Bay with the points here is the way to go.
I took Tampa Bay on the money line in a parlay of
Of course you
2
do.
other teams, Seattle and the Jets. We'll get to that later.
Obviously, you just know who you're picking.
$100 with like 4,000 and some dollars.
Stupid
But
kid.
also took the Saints and the T's. I brought that down. But it's just a pick, whatever.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Just in case to cover my bases, but yeah, I gotta take Tampa Bay getting 10.5 against the New Orleans Saints with no defense.
Yeah.
They got the wrong Ryan over there as defensive coordinator.
The wrong Ryan.
Let's see. Speaking of Ryan, the next game, Buffalo and New England. It's a pick in Buffalo.
Love it.
You like Buffalo?
Love Buffalo in this one.
I think everybody's jumping on the bandwagon of Buffalo. I love Tom Brady in this.
Let me tell you, man.
This is a game. I knew we were gonna differ on.
No, let me tell you. Obviously. Actually, I wrote a piece yesterday about my best bets of the week, and Buffalo was one of them. And you can check tstelio.com and ngscsports.com. It's up on there. But I like Buffalo on here because it's Rex Ryan against the Pats. That's the way I'm looking at it. And I compare this Buffalo Bills defense to like the best defense he had in the Jets, and probably those defenses he had over in Baltimore. I think this defense is that strong.
And even
It could be that.
defense.
Yeah, that's why I said Baltimore.
Oh, he did that? Dude, I totally forgot about that.
Remember, that's where he came from,
my
was Baltimore.
God. The one that won the Super Bowl against the
So
Giants?
so the way I figure it is like this is gonna be one of his defenses like that, and
I wonder why he's a head coach.
he's pretty good at what he does. So and like if you look at last year, he didn't win those games, but he lost by 2 points and 1 point. And if you saw how bad those Jets teams really were, the defense wasn't even that good last year on the Jets team, and that offense was a joke. I mean, he just knows how to coach against Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. I think this is a better team. I don't like the Patriots' depth chart on defense. Do not like them on defense at all. I think Buffalo has too much speed for that defense. I like Buffalo over here.
Dude, Rex Ryan, man. That guy's unbelievable. I wish he was the coach of the Giants. Remember last year he went against the Dolphins, and just to rub it into everybody, he never used Geno Smith. He ran the ball like 55 times, and they won.
That was great.
Oh, dude, I love that guy, man. He's fun, man.
But you taking the
Fun to
Patriots?
watch. Yeah, I gotta take the Patriots. I want to take Buffalo, but something's telling me you gotta go with Tom Brady.
Oh, I can't wait till Sunday. We're gonna be yelling at each other.
Dude, that's good. That game's going on.
It's gonna be great. Going on the big screen.
Going on the big screen. Well, I got 5 of them. Let's see. Next game. The Rams are minus 3.5 against Washington Redskins in Washington.
Minus 3.5 in Washington.
That's a weird, right? It's a weird spread. That's the game that I would take Rams money line and Washington points. I would bet both of those games and just watch for a field goal victory.
So that's the
By the
advice.
Rams.
That's the advice you're giving people.
That's definitely the advice I want to give to myself, because I'm gonna watch this episode and make sure I bet everything I said.
That'll be one view.
And then, dude, who do you like? I mean, I don't know. If I had to
I'm not in love with the Rams, to be quite honest. I'm actually taking the Redskins with the points.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Redskins with the points. I'm not in love with the Redskins either. I think the Redskins are disgusting.
They are, but they play disgusting games.
And not for nothing, the Rams was have this great defense, and they gave a lot of points last week. You know, I think one of them was special teams touchdown, right?
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, one of them was special teams touchdown. But I don't know. And I'm still not in love with the Rams offense. You know, I just think there's something about that Rams and Seattle Seahawks game. Like they just play each other tight. No matter
Maybe.
who's on the roster, it doesn't matter. I think Jeff Fisher just coaches them up for that game as if it's a Super Bowl every year.
I think you're right. That's why I'm not taking the Rams in my survivor pick.
Yeah,
I was thinking about it,
I like the
was
Redskins.
nah, man,
I like the
something
Redskins
about
with the points. The Redskins got to win at least 3 games this year.
Yeah, they're at home.
But they won't win this one, but I like the Redskins with the points.
Yeah, they're probably
21-20.
Yeah,
Rams.
I like that.
Like that?
I love that bet. God, I hope that happens. I'm definitely betting that. The next one is Carolina Panthers with no offense, minus 3.5 against Houston with Ryan Mallett starting.
Oh, I'm all about Houston over here.
Gotta be.
I had Houston last week against Kansas City, and that was without Ryan Mallett. Ryan Mallett looked amazing, and he's so huge. He's a big dude.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was that big. He
Okay,
made plays, man.
Carolina got to play against the scout team pretty much in the Jacksonville Jaguars, who should have just ran the ball with T.J. Yeldon the whole day. I don't know why they stopped.
Yeah,
I don't know why
he
he
had
did that.
50 yards. They should have
Yeah,
kept
on
going.
12 carries. I don't understand. I think Cam Newton just doesn't have a team. He just doesn't have a team. I love Cam. Just think his team sucks. I think Funchess might be at full health, but whatever. I'm going with Texans over. They're a better team, Texans. I think Mallett is that guy who can push them over.
Take the under in that game. But yeah, I got to go with Houston too. Just getting the points.
Yeah.
They got too good of a defense. It's gonna be like a field goal game. 9-6, Houston. Book it.
Book it.
Next game, which I love, Pittsburgh against San Fran. San Fran is just total garbage. Pittsburgh minus 6.5. I don't care if it was 12.5 or 18.5 or 19.5. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
It's funny because
That's one of my survivor picks.
It's funny because I got Pittsburgh going to the Super Bowl this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if they lost this game.
Really?
And it's not that I'm in love with the Niners either. It's that
Yeah.
Pittsburgh defense looks really bad.
Well, did they play San Fran? San Fran looked like garbage. They went
They
against
do
the
look like
crappy
garbage.
Minnesota
You
team
know,
that
but
played like
I'm not
shit.
sure if I trust the Pittsburgh defense. I think Pittsburgh wins this game. I think it's by a field goal. You know, I would take the Niners with the points over here, and I'm rooting for Pittsburgh to do it. It's like they'll make me look better, else I look stupid on my Super Bowl pick. But I think it's gonna be a closer game than people think. I think 21-18, something like that. Pittsburgh wins.
I trust any team that's coached by Omar Epps, so I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers. Book it.
Big Ben.
Let's see, Big Ben. All right, the next game in Minnesota. Minnesota's favored by 2.5 against the Detroit Lions.
I'm dry over here.
Which
Dry.
look like
I'm dry.
I don't know. Here you go.
All right,
buddy.
what's the spread over here?
It's brought to you by Stella, by the way.
Stella, we got a real beer this
Stella, a beer from another country,
time.
and we love it. We love it in America.
A beer from another country.
We're giving you jobs over there. All right. Yeah, Minnesota and Detroit. I tell you, watching Minnesota play against San Fran the other day, Bridgewater didn't look good. Peterson looked old.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm taking Detroit.
You stood up and watched that game?
Yeah, of course.
I went to bed at like 10:30.
I was trying. And I was falling in and out of sleep.
I was like, I can't do this.
But every time I kept waking up, I kept seeing Peterson get hit in the backfield. I'm like, he's old. And then I
I
just
couldn't-
go back
I
to
couldn't
sleep.
stay
It's
up.
just a horrible game to watch.
I think this game's gonna be terrible. What happened to Calvin Johnson last week is what I want to know.
I don't know.
But that's
Dude, what the
I don't know.
happened to him?
I don't know. I don't know what happened to Calvin
Golden
Johnson.
Tate didn't even really do
No,
anything.
I-
What happened?
The Lions are trash.
Matt
Minnesota's
Stafford looks like
trash.
he's throwing over everybody.
I say take the under in this game. I don't know what the under is. What is it? 30?
It's not even on this one. It's probably stupid. Yeah.
It's got to be like 41 at most or something. Like I would take the under in this game. And who's getting points?
Detroit. That's why you got to take it, right?
Yeah, I think you take the Detroit because they're getting points. You take the
2.5.
under. That's a bad game. Minnesota has potential to turn it around, but they look really bad.
That's like one of the 1 o'clock games that will not be on television on Sunday for me. It's getting blacked out in my house. Let's see. All right. Well, the next game, Giants minus 2.5 against Atlanta. I don't know why the Giants are even favored. It should
'Cause
just
they're
be
home.
a pick.
Yeah,
It
because
should
they're
just be
home.
a pick.
Yeah, you get 3 points because you're home half the time. The Giants
Atlanta's
have
defense is crap.
the
So
Giants
Giants
have
are
no
probably-
answer for Julio Jones.
No,
But-
no. Listen, our quarterbacks played well. It's an interesting matchup to see who guards Julio Jones. He's going to catch his balls, but he will not catch the balls like he did against Philly.
Atlanta wins this one 27-20.
You know who I like? Look at that hat.
Stupid.
Look at that hat. I love the Giants in this one. They bounce back big because if they lose this game after this awful week,
They
man,
will. They will lose this game.
The newspapers will just be all over the
They
Giants.
will lose this game.
Did you happen to see the Giant papers this week?
The Giant papers or the New York papers?
Well, the New York, I think it was like the Giant papers. The only time I read the papers was the Giants.
the Giant papers.
So like the Giant
How
papers.
old are you?
The Giant papers So I was reading the back of the papers. I never read the front because it's just like a lot of intelligent stuff. So the sports section is on the back, and you have Eli Manning, and they photoshopped his helmet, and they photoshopped it, and he looked like a cone head. You know the cone heads from the commercial, and they wrote dunce on top of his helmet. It was hilarious. It was the most funniest picture I've ever seen.
The screen blacked out, and Trader got scared just now.
Yeah, I was really nervous. I thought he went dead. But it was funny, and I retweeted that picture out. It's fucking hilarious. I know. Talking to ourselves. We're sort of flying being insane now that we're talking to ourselves. I'm watching.
You just want to come over and drink some beer and talk football.
It's fun. We're gonna do the picks with Malarsic anyway, so fuck it. All right, so we disagree with that one. So Malarsic, of course, is gonna go with Atlanta because he's a dick too. All right, next game. Miami's -6.5 in the state of Florida against Jacksonville.
You know what sucks about this? Jacksonville's so terrible, and Miami's going to go 2-0, and Miami sucks. Ryan Tannehill is a piece of shit.
But you think they cover the spread? Do you think they cover the spread?
Yeah, because Jacksonville's terrible.
God.
Let me tell you, Miami's not good, man. Ryan Tannehill missed. He got one of his tight ends killed when he was wide open in the end zone. Tannehill's trash. You know what? Let's go Jacksonville +6, just because I can't stand the fact that Tannehill's getting $60 million.
Yeah. Everybody's taking Miami. Love Jacksonville.
Let's take Jacksonville, man.
Jaguars roar.
Roar.
Let's see. Next one. Baltimore Ravens -6.5 against that shitty Oakland team. In Oaktown, though, again. You got to play another
-6.5?
That's a game I would tease. I would tease that with maybe Miami even. Miami-Buffalo might be a tease at 4 o'clock to do. And just make them a pick each.
Yeah, I gotta like Baltimore over here. Baltimore should have got the win against Denver. I don't think Harbaugh is gonna let a win get away from them at Oakland. I think Baltimore wins this one by 10.
Yeah, probably. Do the tease, like I said. That's what I'm doing. By the time 4 o'clock, I should be down like $500. I'll probably throw 500 on that tease.
You will be down $500.
Next game.
I'll be up 25 and just ready to order food.
You'll be up $26.
Stressing it. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, I need this. The next game, which I love, the Eagles -4.5 against Dallas.
Yeah,
I like the Eagles.
I love the Eagles over here. I think the world's gonna go on Dallas. The Eagles really look good in the second half. Everybody looked confident. And you know what's great? After they lost the game, they were just like, all right, we know what we got to do now. They weren't like heartbroken. They were just like, all right, we saw what we got to do. We saw the chemistry get in. You know, DeMarco Murray's got in the end zone twice. You know.
Yep.
I really like the Eagles over here. Let me tell you, the Cowboys, another team I picked to go to the Super Bowl. I think they're going to lose about 4 or 5 games along the way.
Yeah,
this is one of those games. That Philly crowd is going to be insane. They're the worst people in the world. And they are just going to be insane. They're going to be all over Tony Romo. This is their first full game without Dez Bryant. You know, and people keep forgetting, with Dez Bryant, I think he's the best receiver in the league because he's a total package. Because I think he's so good to them on the run blocking game. You know, when it comes to their outside runs, he's probably the strongest wide receiver in the game, and he's not one of those wide receivers that doesn't want to block. You know, he's not one of those receivers that doesn't want to block. He loves the physicality of it. They're gonna miss down the outside run.
You're right, man.
So I love Philly over here, maybe by 12 in this game, but I love Philly in this game though.
Yeah, Philly all the way. Let them ride.
Yeah,
you're right though. Those fans are insane.
They're the worst. They're the worst people in the world.
They only got Rocky to look forward to. Going home and watch Rocky movies.
Even though, what's up with those San Francisco fans beating the crap out of the Minnesota Vikings guy?
They're insane too for some reason.
What happened to San Francisco? I know San Francisco. See what Harbaugh did? He changed that culture. Because San Francisco 49ers fans were like Chargers fans. They were like, we're going to watch the game, have a couple of light beers, probably have a pretzel.
Couple mudslides.
You were listening to the Bill Burr podcast?
That was hysterical. An Irish carve-off? Nah. You ordered like 6 mudslides.
You guys need to watch the Bill Burr podcast.
MeUndies.
MeUndies. No more sweaty balls.
MeUndies.
See, these are all inside jokes. We're talking about a Bill Burr podcast you guys aren't watching, but it doesn't matter. You're not even watching this.
Yeah, after you watch this show, watch Bill Burr.
And then forget about this show.
No, you got to keep coming back. You have to click on our website to get to Bill Burr's website. We got to link below. All right, so Philly's that's a key bet. Next game, I love this bet. Green Bay -3.5 against Seattle. I think Seattle bounces.
Love Green Bay in this. Love Green Bay in this. Home opener. I hate the Green Bay Packers. Love Green Bay in this. Russell Wilson sucks. That offense doesn't look the same. You know, the offensive line doesn't look the same. I actually love Green Bay in this 100%. I love Green Bay in this.
I have zero faith in Green Bay winning this game.
All right. Where is it?
Those lemon Oreos, I haven't seen those ever.
Those are delicious.
Oh my God, it's in Green Bay. Not the Orioles.
Brought to you by Lemon Oreos.
Lemon Oreos.
Lemon Oreos and Stella. The breakfast of champions. No, I love Green Bay in this. Love 'em.
I tell you, I like Seattle.
Seattle starts season 0-2 and the dissension starts.
Green Bay, I don't think they looked that great against Chicago.
Chicago, I think, just played them well. I think Chicago just played them well.
Dude,
Let me tell you, a lot of people in love with Green Bay because they love Aaron Rodgers. That defense of Green Bay, I am not sold on it whatsoever. And their offense is still going to be good just because it's Aaron Rodgers, Eddie Lacy. They're pretty much just going to try to outscore teams the whole time through. I think their defense, you can score on this team. I don't think Seattle is going to score against this team.
I don't think Green Bay got a great defense either.
I don't think Seattle has a great offense, so.
I mean, plus Rodgers going to go get a chance. You know,
I think Green Bay wins this one. I think Green Bay goes up 2-0 and Seattle goes down 0-2.
I like Seattle.
You just think Seattle needs to win early. That's all it is.
Gotta see what Malazzo picks.
He's going to pick
that
Green Bay.
one.
He's going to pick Green Bay.
All right. Well, the Monday night game. Last but not least, the Indianapolis Colts -6.5 against the Jets. I like the Jets, man.
Love the Jets.
Right?
Colts have no defense. Let me tell you,
line.
the Colts have no defense. They have no defense. It's all in. I'm telling you, this is the year Chuck Pagano gets fired because I think the Colts might barely make the play. If the Texans don't get their shit together, because the Texans have a better team. It's just that quarterback position for the Texans is screwed up. If Ryan Mallett could just play average, I think the Texans could come away with that division. I know it's crazy because everybody's in love with it. That defense is pathetic and has been pathetic on the Colts. Don't understand what they're doing over there. Chuck Pagano needs to go like yesterday. I feel bad for Andrew Luck because I like him, but I got the Jets in this one.
Yeah, they can't. The Colts can't beat New England. I think the last 3 games against New England, they had a stat on there. They gave up like over 600 rushing yards.
Yeah, they can't beat
Like,
New England.
you're a defensive coordinator. Do something about it. He's got to go, man. I think that coach got to go. You can't stop people in your own division. I don't think he's going to be able to stop Houston either. But yeah, I mean, Jets defense. I don't think you're going to be able to stop them either. Fitzpatrick looked okay.
Chris Ivory looked
Brandon
great.
Marshall,
Chris Ivory looked great.
Their offense looked 100 times better than what it did last year. If their defense, if Cromartie plays, because they said he's week to week.
Yeah.
If he plays,
let me tell you, if he doesn't play, the Jets went out and spent money on Buster Skrine, who's going to play nickel, and he came in and played well at the corner spot. So I think the Jets are fine. I mean, I think Todd Bowles' a defensive-minded guy. He's seen what Peyton has to bring to the table. Not Peyton, Andrew Luck. And not for nothing, Todd Bowles was under Bruce Arians, who coached Andrew Luck. So, it's all connected. It's like, what is it, the 6 stages of Kevin Bacon?
Yep.
It's the 6 stages of Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck.
So, yeah. And the Jets of Monday Night Football, that's just money right there.
Monday
love
night,
it.
Yeah.
You love it. You want to see it.
No T.Y. Hill, most likely he's out for the next couple games. He's out.
That hurts me a bit.
It does. But Dante Marcos, you got to probably pick him up. Know where that guy is.
What about Andre
Johnson?
Johnson?
Against the Jets defense.
Andre Johnson got to do something. Yeah, that's the thing. And I'm telling you, Andrew Luck's going to... I'm telling you, Andrew Luck and Russell Wilson, 0-2 after the first 2 weeks of the season. That's the way I see it, and that's what everybody's going to be talking about. And that's all I got to say for this week.
That's all I got to say, too. That's why I'm going to read a stupid ad again. That's
Nah.
not going to go anywhere.
No, those ads suck.
I kind of like it.
Let me see something real quick.
Pretty good.
In college, though,
That's
real
right.
quick, my locks in college: Florida -3, Cal -6.5, South Carolina +17, and Army +6. Those are my college locks.
So what about that tease you told me to do? That I put $200 on.
Yeah, the tees. No, the tees I love. The tees is Florida, Cal, Arkansas, and UCLA. Arkansas just has to win. Arkansas got embarrassed last week, and they're a lot better than what they showed last week. UCLA is a team to watch for the next 2 to 3 years. As long as they got that kid Rosen at quarterback, they're going to be nasty. What do you want to show people?
This is my place to go to visit me. Is that on?
Mm-hmm.
At Mike Trainer, MFT.
Stupid.
Get there. Follow me.
Follow me on
you.
Twitter, GEESTEELIO. Email us at #sportsshow1@gmail.com. We'll see you guys maybe next week.
Thanks for Stella for keeping us going.
#SportShow. #SportShow. This is the #SportShow song.